Hi, this is Jennifer with Ultimate Closet. Thank you for joining me once again. And if this is your first time on my channel, please like and consider subscribing and continue to watch my videos. My last video you'll probably enjoy. I altered this suit that I used to wear and added some buttons and did some alteration to the pants. And so I will continue to do some more of those videos. I'm searching in my closet to see if there's some other pieces that I can alter to do the same, at least one more to get that look. And after doing that, I'll be, dressing it up, dressing it down, showing different ways how, coming into the autumn season here in the United States, you can actually put that together. And even, if you're living outside of the United States, it will probably give you some ideas just how to put the outfit together, accessorize it and stuff like that. So I will do that on a future video. But today's video, I was actually inspired by another video that I saw where they were using socks for different purposes. And one of the takeaway that I got from that video was to extend your pockets, when they are more like dummy pockets. It's like, they really don't go too far down where you can put your keys or your phone in. And so, like I said, I was inspired by that video. As you can see with the jeans pocket here, it's pretty short. And they showed the sock, how they use the socks to lengthen the pockets on the jeans. And for me, I thought about using a cotton piece of fabric instead of using a socks. And so I'm going to be using this fabric here. So I went ahead and cut out 2 for the pockets. And this is pretty much just to extend the length of this on the inside. So I did open one of the pockets up. I just wanted to see what that would look like. So I opened that up, and I will go ahead and open up the other pocket here. Okay, so this, like I said, is going to be interesting to me because it gave me the idea to, extend my pocket, because I just don't like when I have my jeans on and the pocket rides up, when it rides up here at the top. And for instance, this jeans here is a leggings. It doesn't have any pockets on there. It just looks like it does, so I'm going to also work on trying to create a pocket on this one. Okay, so follow me, stay tuned. I'm going to go ahead and open up this other pocket here. Okay, so in my case here, I opened up the pocket, and see the pocket, the original pocket goes all the way over to the seam of the pants on the outside here. So I did not go from the seam over to where the zipper is actually. All right, so let me turn it like this, and you can get a better look. Okay, so I didn't open it all the way up to here. I stopped right here. All right, so I am going to be attaching this piece here with the opening on the side where the seam is. All right, so here we go. All right, so I am going to go ahead and cut this here in half because I'm realizing it will be easier to do that. And then I am going to place the fabric on the opening side here. Let's see. And I'll be sewing this onto the original pocket on the jeans, okay? Okay, so I think I see why they use the socks, because it's easier, you know, so I had to put it back through the pocket here in order to stitch the side and then put it back through. So with the socks, you would eliminate that step because the socks would have already been sewn. You understand what I mean? The socks would have already been sewn, so all that would need to be done is to sew here and you'd be done. But in order to get this part here sewn, you know, you have to put it through, unless you're gonna sew it on the wrong side, you know. You could also do it that way. But this is the concept of getting that pocket extended. That's my concept, actually, using this piece of fabric. But this works. Absolutely works. Any questions, you know, you can drop it in the comments. Just let me know. But my pocket is now deeper. And let's see, where's my phone? I can put my phone in here without it, you know, falling out. I have more room. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do the next one. So to start, you want to give a little bit of allowance here at the edge, to where when you're joining the sides, you know, you have something to sew. All right, so I am starting here in the seam of the pants. And then when you start, you want to do your reverse stitch and then just sew on, oops. Yes, I was attaching both sides of the pockets together, so I had to stop and redo that. Another thing that they did on that video is they hand stitched the pocket on the inside, and I am using the sewing machine. So I just wanted to show you what it looks like in the process. This is the second pocket that I'm doing. So in order to get the stitch on the inside and not on the outside, I do this. Pull this through. Pull both of the pieces of the pocket through, and then I will be able to sew this on the inside, right? And then I'll just, you know, push it back inside the pants. Just trying to line the fabric up so I get a neat stitch. As I close the pockets up. And if this was for a client, I would surely be using white thread, but because it's mine, I just use the blue on the inside. So after sewing, turning it inside out and sewing it on this side, I'm gonna go back here and reinsert the pocket. Okay, and there's a little opening right here. I'm gonna be sewing that because originally that was where the stitch was on the original pocket. Okay, and so that's what that looks like. All right, so this is the finished product. And as you can see, my hand is going all the way down. Let me give you an inside look of the pocket after being altered. All right. I'm happy about this. I'm going to try these on in just a sec and show you. All right, guys. So this is me wearing the jeans with the extended pocket. I can now put my phone in here. Okay. Much better. And you know what I noticed? I believe like men's jeans usually come with longer pockets because, yeah, of course, the men usually put their wallets and, you know, all that stuff because they don't take pocketbooks with them. So, yeah, this is great. I did both pockets and it goes all the way down to here. All right, so let me know what you think about this project here. I love this. I am going to be working on my other pants, and it not only work for just jeans, you know, you can extend you know, other pants pockets as well. So yeah, well, stay tuned for more and you will see me on the next video. Bye.